Thursday, February 29th, and today we'll cover the trades for TSLY, CONY, and MSTY. First, I'll start with CONY as that seems to be the most popular one at the moment to go first. So, what happened yesterday? Well, nothing, no trades. So their synthetic 190 is right now it's worth 20.7 million. And again, this expires March 15th, so we have approximately 2 weeks to go, but we are sitting pretty on that one. Let's check out the price change for yesterday. Coin went up 0.79%, so it actually slowed down finally. The last few days, down 2%, up 16%, up 2%, and then up 0.79%. CONY went up 0.04%, and let's be happy we got that right, because we are so capped on our weekly calls. So, and as always, the synthetic position we have mimics the underlying, which is coin. So obviously the synthetic would have gone up to 0.79%. However, the weekly call at the same time brings us down. So that's why we did not get the same gains as coin yesterday. So we have we have 3 positions, 3 sets of contracts still open. Our break even for tomorrow is the lowest one is 179. The highest one is 187. In neither position are we going to make money. That seems to be clear, unless some insanely bad news comes out relating to Bitcoin and crypto world. Cash and treasuries, they moved cash to treasuries. That's a little surprising because, ex-dividend date is arising. So I'm a little surprised that they would do that. But either way, cash and treasuries only went up 49,000. Outstanding shares, 14,375,000. Total income is at a debit, 54 million. So I'm not going to go through the rest of the breakdown on that. No need. Active tab. So this shows how buried we are in our weekly calls. 9,185 contracts, 177.50 strike. That's 11.6% in the money. We have 8,990 contracts, 185 strike. That's 7.87% in the money. Coin price is at 200.8. So, what do you expect? It's probably not coming back, so we're going to have to pay money to close out those positions. We still have another day that we have today and tomorrow. We have 2 trading days, so we'll see. 30-day IV, look at that, 96%. So, again, it's crypto. It's a very volatile time. I adjusted the cap amount calculation, so basically I'm showing 0. Potential capital gains is 0. Obviously yesterday it would have showed 0 too, but we did get 4 cents. So obviously, this is not 100% accurate. It's just an estimation of what the potential gains could be. It's more so when we're actually still out of the money. The reaction for for the CONY fund manager, he's just like a little sad, what did I do? Should have went further out of the money. Oh no. Anyway, let's stop picking on him. Payment tab. So synthetic income, again, is the real winner this month. 126 million. Short call income, loss of 54 million. And more to come. Total net income, 72 million. I'm showing that's a $5.01 payment for all income considered. Again, that's not likely to happen because, again, we'll probably look in the $2 range. I'll give an estimate hopefully this weekend. I think declaration date is Tuesday next week, so I'll try to give an estimate then. Holdings, this is, total net assets total 344 million. So this is, they're growing. But look at the calls, man. It's going to cost them 23.53 and 17.13 to close that. What? That is a lot of money. And look at this. They opened the position. They got 295. Like, when something is as volatile as this, it's almost like you're at the point where you just need to go way out of the money, right? Just go way out of the money, and that's it. All right, you're making money on the synthetic. And again, we can always bring that strike price down as needed. But anyway, so really, yeah, that's it. Nothing else to talk about on the holdings. We can go to the pre-market. Let's see. Let's do a nice refresh here. MarketWatch.com. Pre-market, it's still going up. It's going up 1.94%. So, again, is what it is. But it seems to, pre-market seems to be accurate lately. Let's go to TSLY. No trades for them either. So the synthetic 220 is a little better, right? Tesla went up yesterday to 202.04. Synthetic strike for this one 220. So we're still going to have to pay 53 million as of today, but we have 2 weeks. Synthetic 185. Obviously, we're in a good position there. So if we close that position out today, it'd be worth 20 million. If Tesla goes up today, I could see them rolling this up to a 200 or a 205 just to take advantage of the synthetic income because they need it. They need it, and I'll show you on the payment tab why they need it. Let's take a look at the price change yesterday. Tesla went up 1.16%. TSLY went up 1.02%. Again, they weren't capped. Now they are, but they weren't capped yesterday, so they were pretty close. So they still got potential gains on that. They still have just this one contract open. Again, the break even for Friday, which is tomorrow, is 202.19. Tesla is right below that 202.04, but we need it under 200. So we need Tesla to just slow their roll, just go back down a little. Enough is, you're not impressing anyone, Tesla. Let's slow it down this week. Just go down to 199. We'll call it a day. Cash and treasuries went up. Actually, no, yeah, it went up 131,000. But same with CONY. They moved the cash into treasuries. So again, X date is coming up. So what are they doing? Outstanding shares 44,675,000. Total income from the weekly calls 18.6 million. Total distribution payment 42 cents. 3 cents a day and 0.14% yield per day. Again, just on the weekly calls. Active tab, as mentioned, we are now in the money. 42,080 contracts with a 200 strike is 1% in the money. It's not as bad as CONY. But again, CONY has the synthetic to fall back on. So we kind of need this one to make a profit. So we need Tesla to slow down and go under that 200. And it might. Tesla's been pretty slow lately because no news has been popping up either way. But time will tell. 42% IV. TSLY versus Tesla chart. Pretty identical as of late. 1878 is the cost of TSLY. Again, this is post-reverse split. Potential capital gains. Right now, I'm just showing 0. And again, I'm keeping my mouth shut about the 200 strike because, again, that was really close, really low percentage out of the money in the beginning of the week. And, yeah, I'm just going to let it play out. Declaration date is Tuesday next week, March 5th. Curve is same thing, 100 contracts. So no new money in the curve. TSLP, 215 strike, expires 2 weeks away. 6.41% out of the money. So they have a little room to grow. Yeah, their synthetic is still at 265, but that one expires April 19th. All right, so here's the payment part we spoke of. So again, synthetic income essentially is like nothing, but the short call income we spoke of, 18.6 million, right? I better match what I had here, right? Yeah, 18.6 million. Outstanding shares is 44 million. So again, that with short call income or all income, it's 42 cents, right? And this is post-reverse split. So pre-reverse split last month, they paid us 40 cents. Post-reverse split, you would expect around the 80 cent range. So if right now they're showing net income of 18 million, right? So if you look at the synthetic 185, if they rolled this, they would essentially make, around 18 million, maybe a little more, maybe a little less. And then that would push them up to the 80 cent mark. So it makes sense to me if Tesla stays where it's at, or if Tesla moves up, that they roll that synthetic before before next week. But we'll see. Again, not like I need the work, because then that's another tab to create. But it is what it is. That's, again, just my opinion. All right, so outstanding holdings right now, the weekly call is going to cost them $4.10 to close. Again, they got $2.19 when they opened it. So was it worth it to go so close to the money? So far, not really, but we'll see. Again, I'm going to let it play out. I'm not going to talk crap yet. We'll see how it goes. Net assets, we're at 839 million. NAV is at 1879. 1878 is the trade price, so close enough. Okay, so I've been tracking the change in holdings per day. So if we look at like column R, that was yesterday, column T is today, right? So the puts at the top, right? Since Tesla went up, those cost less to close, so that's a win, right? 2 wins right there. Then the buy calls in the green and the yellow on the bottom, those went up in value as well, so that pushed the NAV up because they're, the positive amount pushed the NAV up, so the buy calls are worth more if we sold them. However, take a look at the weekly call. The weekly call did not go down. So yesterday it cost 14 million to close. Today it cost 17 million to close. So yes, we went up yesterday, but we went up a little too much. So now our weekly call costs more. So, however, when all said and done, we actually, with all things considered, yesterday it was 57 million negative. Today it's a 49 million. So it still did go down overall. Thank you to the synthetic. But again, that weekly call, we want that to be profitable. We do. We want to make money on weekly calls. So that is like in a little danger right now. But we'll see what happens. Again, 2 trading days, so let's go, guys. Come on, Tesla, go down. All right, so let's go to MSTY, also known as MSTY. They had a trade. They had a lot of trades. Yeah, I opened this one. I was like, okay, I'm gonna need a nap after this. But yeah, so how do you read this? Like, if you wanted to read this, how do you read this? Well, it's actually not that bad. So you see the S at the top, right? Sell. So they sold a call for the 680. That's one part of the synthetic. And then the BC, they buy to close. And so they paid to close the put, okay? So that's the synthetic. They closed out the 680 synthetic. And then they reopened the synthetic right below it. So they did a B for buy call, 950 strike price. And then SS, short sell. This is the sell put, 950 strike price. So again, synthetic close at the 680, synthetic open 950. So they closed 60 contracts, but they did gain 8 more, so they opened 68 contracts. Now let's look at the weekly calls. They closed them as well. They closed the 755, they closed the 895, and they closed the 1,000. The 1,000 actually was still out of the money, and they closed it. So look what they paid to close the 755, $221.98, and then $96.70, and then $45. So they lost a lot of money on their weekly calls. And then they had 4 transactions for the new calls, which expire next week, March 8th. So this is for 7 trading days. And they made a decent amount, 17, 18, 17, 16. So we'll get into that in the spreadsheet in a second. Okay, so here's the MSTY spreadsheet. So the 680, they closed out 60 contracts. And when they closed it out, when all said and done, they made 1.3 million in profits for the 680 synthetic. So that's really good. And then they opened the 950. So if we go on the top, what did they pay? They paid about 34,000 net. So again, this one is a debit so far. The 950 is a debit of 34,000. By the way, the expiration date is still very tight, March 28th. So they did not go out further in the expiration, but is what it is. All right, so what happened with MSTR and the price yesterday? I mean, up 10%. Are you kidding me? This stock is just out of control. I mean, MSTY up 2.28%. I mean, I started this in the beginning. I'm just watching this make money, and I'm sitting on the sidelines like a Momo. I gotta get in, I gotta get in this. But anyway, So what did they lose yesterday? So again, they closed out all of these positions. The 755, they lost on that one clearly. 222.98 versus the 12 they got to open it. Then the 895, they paid 96.70 to close it. They only got 12.75 to open it. And then the 1000 is yellow because it's still out of the money, but they closed that. They paid 45 versus the 1240. Should they have closed that since it's still out of the money? Maybe, maybe not. But in the end, they were all a loss. They lost almost $1 million on those. So, but then they opened new positions, 2 strike prices though. First strike price is 1,350. But guess what, man? Guess what? We talked about this yesterday. I mentioned I think 50% out of the money. And look at this, 40% out of the money for 7 trading days. And then look at this one, 1,430 strike, 48.5% out of the money. I freaking love it. They said, you know what? Screw it. We don't know what the hell's going to happen with this one. We're going way out of the money. What's the point of going, any closer than that? We're just going to lose our shirts like we did. So let's just go way out of the money. Worst comes to worst, we didn't need to, and we can roll the strike down. Again, I'm thinking that's what they're thinking. I don't know. But I love it. I love the move. Cash and treasuries went up 1.9 million. So the interest is gaining. Outstanding shares, 275,000. Total income is at a debit, clearly. It's, 776,000 debit. So crazy. Active tab. Let's see where we're at here. Look at that, man. What a beaut. What a beaut. 8 contracts, 1,350 strike, 40.19% of the money. Never got to say that. 40.19% out of the money. 60 contracts, 1,430 strike. New record, 48.5% out of the money. 7 trading days left. 30-day IV, 120%. This one is just off the roof. Look at that MSTY chart. Oh, man. Crazy, crazy. MSTY's priced at $23.81. If you bought a 20, you're like jumping for joy. Look at this. Potential capital gains, another $1.13. This will put it at $25. And I give the reaction, glasses, nerdy looking guy, because he's smart. He's a smart man. He's putting strikes 40 to 50% out of the money right here. Good man. I like him. All right, let's see what the payment looks like. Again, I don't think we're going to get paid this next month, but we'll see. Synthetic income now, look at that, 1.2 million. Short call income, bad loss, 776,000. Net income, 500,000. But outstanding shares is 275,000. So, total income, they're looking at $1.82 per share. Pretty damn good. I mean, really good. This one is like nuts. All right, so what are we looking at here? Outstanding, the net asset value is 6.4 million total. The NAV is 23.42 and the trade price is 23.81. So pretty big gap there, but whatever. Nothing else to cover on that one. So yeah, that's MSTY. Actually, I did not look at pre-market for Tesla. So I'll do that, and then I'll look at pre-market for MSTR. So Tesla, okay, good. Tesla is down pre-market to 177. MSTR as an MSTY and MSTR holder, you want green. Holy mother of God. 3.87% up. It's hit the $1,000 mark. You got to love it, man. This one is just, God, people making so much money on this one. Woof. Okay, so that's the summary on the 3 funds. I didn't even mention this in the beginning, but I took a look, and the website now has ULTY, ULTY. It's on there. And I clicked on the prospectus, and it's 1 page, so I can't really do anything with that. And obviously no distribution yield yet. Okay, fund inception 229, that's today, so it's launching. Expense ratio is 1.24%. However, there's a waiver for 0.1% decrease, so the net expense ratio is 1.14%. How generous, although I thought they should have did that on YieldMax too. Although I still think Nah, actually, this one looks to be a little more active. We'll get into it in a second. Top 10 holdings. All right. So intraday trade, nothing comes up, but here are the holdings, which we'll download and take a look. So very interesting, fun. Again, I did not get to read the original prospectus because it just didn't have the proper data. I like to wait to the final one at this point. I'm done reading like drafts. So anyway, but let's just use the actual data to see what this fund is doing, because I really did not know the purpose of it. I believe the purpose of it is to invest in highly volatile stocks and sell calls on them. And that, obviously that's seems to be what's happening. In this example, look at it. They actually own the stocks. So they own AI, they own Altimmune, they own ARM, CleanSpark, Coinbase, Carvana, Digital World Acquisition, DWAC. That's that one, I think it's the one Trump owns. GigaCloud, Groupon, Direction, Marathon Digital, Madrigal, the hell is that? Advisor Shares, MicroStrategy, oh yeah, Nano, Riot, very volatile, I don't know what that is, Super Microcomputer, sounds like a really nerdy company right there, SoundHound, Transmedics Group, Viking Therapeutics, and a whole bunch of cash. So they physically own the stocks. So if we look at AI, for example, they own 2,900 shares and the price shows $29.69. They are selling calls at $33. So they're selling calls out of the money that expires this Friday. And they have 29 contracts. 29 contracts times 100 is 2,900 shares. So they're selling calls on all of the shares. Pretty cool. Let's take a look at MSTR. That's one of our favorites, right? So they own... What? One? Oh, no, that's one contract. They own only 100 shares of MicroStrategy, 962 price. What's their strike? Okay, 1,070 for this Friday, 2 trading days. Again, one contract, so pretty good. I like it. This is pretty cool. They actually own the stock. I like it. I really do. This could be like a clip, not a clip. Oh my God, FEPI, like FEPI. Obviously, FEPI owns safer stocks, but you get the gist. How's Coinbase? Coinbase, they own 700 shares. They got a 200.8, and they sold a call at 230. Very good. Good job, guys. Awesome. 7 contracts, expires in 2 trading days. I like this. Carvana, I don't know how that company's doing, but I assume it's volatile. DWAC's volatile because, again, Trump. Groupon sucks. I mean, I don't know how that company's still in business. A couple of these others, I don't really know, but overall, I'm just looking at this. I kind of like this. This is a little different. It's very diversified, but it's high risk because it's very volatile. So this one's probably going to pay a really, really good yield. And maybe if they never sell the shares, right, they can use, just have no capital gains and just use the losses on the closeout of the calls and just pay us all return of capital. So that's what kind of like FEPI does. But again, these are the holdings for ULTY. Let me know what you guys think. Yeah. So again, I'll do a review if they ever post a real prospectus. Like you click this and this is it. Like what the heck is that? Just that. Like what? Even the summary is nothing. Like there's nothing there. All right. So that's it, guys. As always, this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. This video is for fun and entertainment. I hope you were entertained. I really do. But yeah, if you enjoyed this video, as always, click that like button. If you want to help the channel more, best way to do it is just sharing the video word of mouth or sharing it via different Discords or groups that you're in, stock twits, Twitter, retweeting, things like that. If you don't want to help it, that's fine too. It is what it is. Any questions, concerns, or comments, leave it down below. If you're interested in other content, I know I'm kind of on a backlog anyway, so I shouldn't even say that. But you can always leave it in the comments or come to my Discord and leave it in the YouTube suggestions channel. So, yeah, that's it. Keyword today, if you made it to the end, let's do We Love ULTY, because ULTY looks pretty cool. So why not? YieldMax will like that. we, if we all say we love ULTY, because it does look like an ultra high yield, right? Isn't that the whole point of it? It says ultra option income. So I guess I don't know. We'll see. Looks pretty good. Anyway, I got to go to work. But again, thank you for watching, guys. Talk to you later.